Well, okay, the best tour was the Tony Hawk tour by far. Yeah. He had this tour called the Gigantic Skate Park Tour. It was like on ESPN. And then they had the bus where they had the buttons on the bus where you press the button and the door slides open. And the back of the bus was for the cool guys, and the front of the bus was for the nerds. Yeah. And I was in charge at the back of the bus. Oh, so all the weed was in the back of the bus. Yeah. Yeah. So like every now and then, like some of the nerdier guys would be like, they come in the back, and I'd be like, nah.
Get your ass back up there.
Man, get your ass back to the front. You can't fucking come back here, John.
You bring your ass back here. You know what's going on.
I was in charge of checking fools for that.
That's dope.
And Tony, because people were like, wait, Jason's in charge of the back of the bus? Like, that ain't right. And I'd be like, ask Tony. Right. And that was people always thought it was funny that Tony and I were friends because I was such a drug head maniac and potty mouth, and Tony was like he's
poster child.
He's like, I mean, he's heard it, dude, trust me, but he doesn't smoke weed. Like, he would drink, but he didn't do drugs. And I was in the back of the bus, and Tony would be like, Ellis is calling the shots, and I would see people go, how does that dynamic work where you and Ellis hang out?
Yeah.
But even my best friends were like, Tony seriously likes you? And I'm like, fuck you, dude. What's so bad about liking me? Right. Like, no, I'm just saying, man, you guys don't seem like that would work out. But.
Yeah, so how did that relationship come about?
Well, we always knew each other. Yeah. You know, we always had, obviously I had respect for him because, he's Tony Hawk.
Right,
but I think there was a time there where I knew that what he was doing was helping all of us. Mm-hmm. So I'm a loyal guy, if you're my friend, I'm one of those people where, I don't want to fight, but like if somebody's trying to do something and it's like 20 versus 1, I got your back. Like I'll get blasted for it. I don't care.
Right.
And Tony went through a little bit of difficulty. There was a time there he got divorced, and one skateboarder was trying to hit on his ex-wife, and I was like, hey, man, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Like,
don't get fucked up.
I don't know. I explained it to him in a nice way, but...
Yeah, here we go.
But then there was a time where I was hanging out with Tony one night. We were drinking. He ain't going to like this. But we were drinking, and he goes... We were telling stupid shit towards each other. To each other. He goes, hey, do you know what a cat in the bathtub is? And I was like, no, what's that? And he's like, so you try to put your penis and your balls in a girl's pussy. And I was like, dude, you and I could be friends.
So the cat in the bathtub.
A cat in the bathtub.
I mean, he is joking, but just that he knew that, I was like, man, Tony's a lot cooler than you think, man.
The cat in the bathtub.
It's a name. Right? That's a name for your ass. I'm sure there's people that's out there like, I got to try this shit.
Dude, they just showed that Ferrari. We were in Germany in the Autobahn, and he rented a Ferrari, him and Matt Hoffman. Uh-huh. And I'm standing at the front after they go into the hotel, and I'm just looking at the Ferrari because I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
And he comes out, and he goes, you like that car, huh? And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. Because skateboarders don't really love cars. Like, I grew up like racing and stuff. And he's like, the insurance has just got my name on it. But I'll tell you what, tomorrow I'll take you out. You could drive it on. And I drove it on the Autobahn.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah. Flat out. Dude.
Damn.
Flat out.
On the Autobahn?
Like,
so like that's like minimum. That's minimum like what, 100 on like the Autobahn?
Oh shit, 100.
I'm talking about like minimum speed limit. Like you can't go.
Oh no, you can do normal speed.
Can you?
Yeah, the crazy thing is like if you're in the fast lane, they don't do it like fucking America. If you're in the fast lane in a good car, people move way before you get there. Yeah, you don't have to tell anybody to move.
Okay, they know. They know.
Because there's people on the Autobahn, dude. People got helmets on driving to work.
Yeah,
because it's the Autobahn, and they're like, I'm going to work. Flat out. Flat out to work. People in BMW just like,
pedal the floor. Yeah.
Shit, that sounds crazy.
I mean, that's the whole point, though. Like,
right.
That's why
it ain't
if
like
I'm gonna get out there and I'm in something, I'm about to go.
Definitely.
We're gonna see what we can do.
Yeah, that was
that somebody wrestling an alligator?
That's me.
Of course.
Yes, of course it was. Of course it was.
My
Come on, man.
ass. Of course.
Yeah.
Who else would it have been?
I dipped my skateboard in blood and gave it to the crocodile to buy. And then he bit it and snapped the tail, and then I skated that board.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I got to race
sense.
NASCAR. Like, I'll be smoking weed in the back of the bus, and I'd get out, and I'm like, what are we doing today, boys? And it'd be like, we're jumping out of a plane. I'd be like, cool. Or we're racing NASCAR. And I'm like, what do you mean racing NASCAR? It's like, you're driving NASCARs. And I'm like, awesome.
Bruh.
It was the coolest
thing.
And it was on TV. Like, we were on TV. It was so stupid.
That's like the biggest scale jackass where they doing kind of safe shit. Like, y'all out here living the fucking life.
Rockstar. That's some rockstar shit.
Rockstar life, bro. Like,
what, dude? When I would see Rockstar tour and see their bus, I'd be like, dude, I've been on that bus. Like, I was instead of the band, it was us.
Right. He said last season that was our bus. They just
y'all rocking our shit.
Right.
Exactly. The only difference was we skated hard, dude. Like, we would do demos for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
And then we would drive, and I wake up, and I wasn't playing, man. I gave it everything I had.
Yeah.
I could barely walk, but that's the other thing. Tony had my back because he knew when I skated, maybe I wasn't the best dude there, but I gave everything I had. Right. And then next day, if I couldn't walk, I put my legs in ice and I would tape them up. And I would go just as hard every day. Yeah. I don't care. I would give everything and fans. Like, I would go to like the children's hospitals and stuff, and I'd be like, I'm like, whatever anybody wants, whatever anybody cares for us, I'm gonna give it 110%.
Right.
And I think he respected that because he was like, yeah, look, Jason's a maniac, but he's also like a good dude that wants to spread the gospel of skateboarding.
Right.
Because that's really, I was trying to give back. I wanted one person to get what I got out of it.
Yeah.
So like, if you skate hard and some kid's like, I want to be a skateboarder. I'm like, yeah, man, like dig in because you never know.
Yeah.
That's beautiful right there.